Good morning. I'm Judge Henry Taylor. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Homer S. Brown MLK Jr. Prayer Breakfast Program. First, I'd like to introduce Reverend Dr. Vincent K. Campbell, Senior Pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. Since his arrival at Ebenezer in September of 2013, Dr. Campbell has served as a panelist for the African American Gubernatorial Candidates Forum, sponsored by over 10 different Black political service, religious, and economic organizations. He also participated in several prestigious events, including the African American Heritage Day Parade, African American Chamber of Commerce of Western PA Annual Business Luncheon, and the Tuskegee Airmen Memorial Dedication Ceremony. Dr. Campbell has also been a vocal member of the Lower Hill Working Group, supporter of the Hill District CDC and Thelma Lovett YMCA. Dr. Campbell is an active leader in our community. He served as the vice chair of the Hill District Ministers Alliance, a group of pastors and leaders who meet on a regular basis to coordinate support for new and ongoing community initiatives. Dr. Campbell's ongoing commitment to educating youth led him to serve a term as the co-chair of the Hill District Education Council. Reverend Campbell will provide some welcoming remarks and will give the invocation.
Please join me now for a moment of prayer as we do our invocation. God of love, God of all people, we thank you for this gathering, virtual gathering of like minds and like hearts who have come together to celebrate the work of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. God, we thank you for the work of the awardees. We thank you for the work of all of those who are associated with the Homer S. Brown Law Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association. And God, we ask that you would continue to inspire us and to encourage us to continue to do the work of justice. And now, as we go through today's program, we pray that you will guide our thoughts and our words, and that all that we do would be pleasing to you and beneficial to others. Bless us now as only you can. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Campbell. Now, I'd like to introduce Kellie Rouse. Kellie is a singer-songwriter born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She was raised on the west side of the city. She is one of 5 siblings who are all musically gifted. Her family name Rouse is well known among local peers and beyond. Her mother and father have a background of music extending as far as 4 generations. Being trained in music has helped her chart her direction in life, which is proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ, loving God and his creations. Kellie is highly accomplished as a lead vocalist, trio member, music director, praise and worship leader, composer, and soloist. Kellie will now sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Please feel free to sing along at home if you would like. The lyrics for the first verse will be on your screen as Kellie sings beautifully.
Just like many people, I'm grateful today to be able to celebrate the birthday of Martin Luther King, and I'm thankful for his service in the community and abroad. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing
rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. And God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee, shadowed beneath Thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Thank you, Kelly. Now I'd like to introduce Morgan Moody. Morgan is the chair of the Homer S. Brown Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association. Morgan has a BA degree in English from the College of William and Mary and a JD from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law. Morgan currently works as a staff attorney with Kids Voice, a nonprofit legal agency that provides a voice for abused, neglected, and at-risk children. As a staff attorney with Kids Voice, Morgan advocates for children to receive the health, educational, and social services that they need and deserve. Morgan joined Kids Voice in 2017 after serving as a Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network Martin Luther King Jr. Fellow with Neighborhood Legal Services in Pittsburgh. In 2018, Morgan was the recipient of the Homer S. Brown Young Leader Award.
Good morning. On behalf of the Homer S. Brown Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association, I would like to welcome you to the 23rd Annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Prayer Breakfast Program. My name is Morgan Moody, and I am the chair of the Homer S. Brown Division. Although I wish that I could be seeing you all in person, I am grateful to those of you who have taken the time out of your day to join us as we celebrate and recognize our 2022 Drum Major for Justice awardee, Mayor Edward C. Gainey. I would also like to thank our generous sponsors for their financial support of the 23rd Annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Prayer Breakfast Program and their continued support of the Homer S. Brown Division. In his February 4th, 1958 sermon on the drum major instinct, Dr. King stated, "If you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace, a drum major for righteousness." In what would be one of his last sermons, Dr. King reflects on how he would like to be remembered in the event of his death. Just 2 months after giving his sermon on the drum major instinct, Dr. King was assassinated. 53 years after his death, Dr. King's legacy and teachings were forever enshrined in our nation's capital in the form of a memorial on the National Mall. In thinking of what my remarks for today would consist of, I reflected on my first visit to see the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial as a senior in college. And what a sense of awe I felt in the presence of the larger-than-life embodiment of not just a man I had learned about in my household and classrooms, but an ideal I grew up believing in my entire life. The ideal that because I went to an integrated public school, Dr. King's dreams were realized. The ideal that, regardless of my skin color, I would be treated by others with fairness. The idea that all people are truly created equal, and that it is possible to live in a world where we will not be judged by our immutable characteristics. As a senior in college, who was set to embark on my legal career in just 3 short months following my visit to Dr. King's memorial, I had a sense of purpose. I saw my future legal career as a direct pathway to not only ensure access to justice for others, but to also be of service to those who do not have the resources that I had been blessed with. For the better part of my legal career, brief as it has been, I have always believed that lawyers have immense power to do good. We have the ability to write laws, enforce laws, and challenge laws that we believe are unjust. During the past 22 months, I know I, like many of you, have felt the challenges and constraints of trying to do good in what has felt like an unjust legal system and society. During the past 22 months, our county, like many across the country, has felt and seen the grossly disparate impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has created within our communities. I mourned the death of George Floyd and many others whom I did not know personally, but felt the loss of as if they were my own kin due to the heinous nature of their deaths. I watched with bated breath as justice was served in several nationally televised trials, while struggling to comprehend how it was not served in others. In looking for inspiration to help me honor Dr. King's legacy in what has been a difficult time in my legal career, I sought out the words of President Barack Obama, our nation's first Black president. In his October 16, 2011 remarks at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial dedication, President Barack Obama stated, "Let us not be trapped by what is. We can't be discouraged by what is. We've got to keep pushing for what ought to be. The America we ought to leave our children." At this moment, when our politics appear so sharply polarized and faith in our institutions so greatly diminished, we need more than ever to take heed of Dr. King's teachings. He calls on us to stand in the other person's shoes, to see through their eyes, to understand their pain. He tells us that we have a duty to fight against poverty, even if we are well off, to care about the child in the decrepit school, even if our own children are doing fine, to show compassion toward the immigrant family with the knowledge that most of us are only a few generations removed from similar hardships. So on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, as we honor the Drum Major for Justice awardee, Pittsburgh's first Black mayor, Edward C. Gainey, I ask you to take heed of Dr. King's teachings and look inside yourselves to see how you too can be a drum major for justice and do good. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. I would like to introduce County Executive Rich FITZGERALD. The county's top elected official, Rich FITZGERALD, is in his third and final term. He is widely recognized for his work ethic. Rich is one of the county's biggest champions and is well known for bringing together people and organizations on regional issues. Under his leadership, the county has concentrated on economic development and job creation, as well as both high-quality jobs and a diverse and growing economy. Rich has recognized that not everyone is sharing in that success, and so he has set priorities for his third term that includes focusing on workforce development, connecting residents to jobs by improving public transportation and infrastructure, and investing and expanding outreach and services through a newly renamed Department of Equity and Inclusion. Rich is also continuing his commitment to increasing diversity through his hires, promotions, board appointments, and more. In addition to statutory board appointments and memberships, Rich is also chair of the Southwestern PA Commission and a member of the board of the County Executives of America, the Remake Learning Council, and is part of the National Association of County Officials Large Urban County Caucus. Raised in Pittsburgh's Bloomfield-Garfield neighborhood, Rich graduated from Carnegie Mellon University with a BS in mechanical engineering with a business minor. He and his wife, Kathy, a pharmacist, live in Squirrel Hill. They have 8 children.
Well, it's good to be with everybody again for the 23rd annual Homer S. Brown Breakfast, celebrating the life of Martin Luther King. This has been one of the great events I enjoy coming to every year. Of course, we miss all being in person, but it's still important that we get together virtually to honor some folks who deserve their work to be recognized for the work that they have done over these many years. I want to thank Chair Moody for the invitation, and thanks for her work in bringing us all together. I'm also glad to be here with newly sworn in and newly elected Judge Nicola Henry Taylor. I will say that Allegheny County Human Relations Commission loss is the judiciary in the county's gain. Nicola was somebody who I appointed to our Human Relations Commission a number of years ago, and she did a wonderful job doing that, and now moving on to serve us in the bench. And I think it's indicative of us moving forward as a county that the top 4 vote getters this year for Common Pleas Court were all people of color, African Americans, who led the ticket. And it says a lot, not just about their capabilities, but also that the electorate saw in them the confidence that they could be good judges. I also want to congratulate my good friend Ed Gainey and look forward to the partnership we will have. Another member who was victorious in November and won an unbelievable amount of votes and a lot of support in the community, not only for the work he has done in the past, but also the vision he's put forth for the future in moving the city of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County in this region forward in a positive way. I've gotten to know Ed before he was even elected into the legislature. His work in a decade of the legislature representing his constituents was tremendous, and I appreciated the partnership there, and I'm really looking forward to him and the partnership we will have over these next couple of years as I finish out my term as county executive. But I think Ed also, in addition to the passion and the energy and the vision he has shown, I think it again shows that this region is able to move forward and elect our leader of the city of Pittsburgh the very first time that an African American has taken the position of mayor. We've had over 60 mayors, and Ed obviously breaking through and being again a trailblazer in so many ways. His leadership will be great in the next 4 years. So looking forward to that. So also looking forward to hopefully next year us being together in person. This is a highlight every year of us getting together at various places around the city and around the county as we come together to lift up the spirit of King and the Homer S. Brown Awards and bringing people together. Appreciate the Bar Association always leading this. 23 years, we want to continue this great celebration and this great movement for our folks that are in elected office, our folks that are in leading our communities, leading our corporations, leading our the legal departments and our law schools in this region as well. So congratulations to Ed, to Mayor Gainey, and all the awardees. It's been a great event over these last 23 years. Let's continue it.
Thank you, County Executive FITZGERALD. Now we have KELLIE WARE. KELLIE is the Director of Diversity and Gender Equality for the Allegheny County Bar Association. Prior to joining the ACBA as the Director of Diversity and Gender Equality, KELLIE served as the Director of Community Partnerships and Sustainability at the Forbes Funds. She is a community-minded legal professional with extensive experience in the nonprofit sector as well as government agencies. KELLIE maintains a strong commitment to racial and social justice and actively applies these priorities in her professional work, including the time she spent in the role of Executive Director of the Pittsburgh chapter of the NAACP.
Thank you, Judge Henry Taylor, for the warm introduction. As she stated, my name is KELLIE WARE, and I am here to present this year's Drum Major for Justice Award to Mayor Ed Gainey. Initially named the Black Lawyers of Western Pennsylvania, the Homer S. Brown Law Association was created by a group of Black law students and attorneys to serve Black lawyers, law students, and the Black community at large. The organization was subsequently renamed after Pittsburgh's first Black judge, Homer S. Brown, in honor of his stellar accomplishments and enormous contributions to the Pittsburgh legal community. The Homer S. Law Association became the Homer S. Law Division after joining the Allegheny County Bar Association in 2011. The Homer S. Brown Division provides a forum to deal with the problems and obligations that affect Black members of the Bar Association and to inform the Bar Association of the needs and opinions of its Black members. The division develops education, networking, public service programs, and any other service that it deems will assist members of the Bar Association and the local Black community, protect the political and civil rights of people of African descent, and assist local law students of African descent. The Homer S. Brown Division Drum Major for Justice Award is presented to an individual or organization recognizing his, her, or their contributions in perpetuating the convictions of Dr. King to make justice, equality, and opportunity a reality for all people. A list of the past recipients of the Drum Major for Justice Award can be seen on your screen at this time. This year's Drum Major for Justice Award goes to Mayor Ed Gainey. Throughout his career in city economic development as a community member, as a legislator, and now as the city of Pittsburgh's first Black mayor, Mayor Ed Gainey has worked to advance opportunities for all, even those who fell outside of his legislative district. He has been a formidable voice for the downtrodden in the community, in Harrisburg, and now on Grant Street. In addition to his advocacy as a legislator, URA board member, and community champion, he continued to provide direct services to his constituents until assuming his role as mayor. An inspirational speaker and leader and a dedicated husband and father, the Homer S. Brown Division believes that his commitment to justice and equality and his vision of a city of Pittsburgh where opportunity and justice is accessible for all exemplifies Dr. King's work and makes an exceptional choice for this year's Drum Major for Justice Award. And with no further ado, it is my privilege to present this award to my friend and fellow Highlander, Mayor Ed Gainey.
Hello, Kelly. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I would like to thank the Homer S. Brown Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association, the Martin Luther King Jr. Prayer Breakfast Committee, and Morgan Moody, Chair of the Homer S. Brown Division, for honoring me with the Drum Major for Justice Award. I want to say thank you. In the spirit of Martin Luther King, every day we have to fight every day to get up and make sure that we're creating justice for everybody. Martin Luther King lived a life for that. He said, whatever is darkness, let there be light. Let light come in, let it shine. Every day we gotta let our light shine so that the next generation has more opportunity and more access to growth than we had. We can do that because we understand the history. We stand on the shoulders of great civil rights leaders, ones that made it possible for me to be here today. And I'm always giving thanks to them. But I cannot thank you enough for this award. In the spirit of Martin Luther King, those are major shoes that none of us can fill, but together we can move forward. We can move hills by planting the seed of change as long as we water it together. That's the vision of Martin Luther King. And that's why I'm honored to receive this award. I thank you for that. And as we go forward, let's go forward together to make this a city for all. Thank you and God bless.
Congratulations, Mayor Gainey. Now, let's welcome back Kelly Rouse to perform another musical selection.
How do you feel now that you know he was there all the time? Listen. Do you remember when you got saved? Thinking back on that special day. Sweet memories keep you crying. Before long you were messing up. Bad habits feel like you're stuck. Deep in your heart you stopped trying. 'Cause you didn't know that he was there, and you didn't know that he cared, and you didn't know that he'd be by your side. And you didn't know when you pray, he would hear the words that you say, and would give you courage to stand up and fight. Tell me, how do you feel now that you know he'll never leave you, never forsake you? He will stick closer than any brother. He'll never leave you, nor forsake you. He will stick closer than any brother. Continuing in this life, you thought all the battles that you had fought would only last for a season. But every time that you turned around, trouble kept knocking you down. To let go, you need one more reason. 'Cause you didn't know that he was there, and you didn't know that he cared, and you didn't know that he'd be by your side. And you didn't know when you pray, he would hear the words that you say, and would give you courage to stand up and fight. Tell me, how do you feel? Think it not strange when you're going through your fiery trial. It comes to try you in order to go higher and higher in God. Then you will know that he's there, and you will know that he cares, and you will know that he's right by your side. And you will know when you pray, he will hear the words that you say, and would give you courage to stand up and fight. Tell me, how do you feel now that you know that he's there? Now that you know that he cares? Now that you know that he's right by your side? Now that you know when you pray, he will hear the words that you say, and will give you courage to stand up and fight. Tell me, how do you feel now that you know? How do you feel now that you know he was there all the time?
Thank you, Kelly, for that beautiful musical selection. Gabrielle Lee is a council member of the Homer S. Brown Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association. Gabby received her bachelor's degree in criminal law and justice and international politics from Penn State University. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law. Gabby currently works as an assistant federal public defender in the trial unit at the Office of the Federal Public Defender of the Western District of Pennsylvania.
Good morning. My name is Gabrielle Lee, and I'm a council member of the Homer S. Brown Division of the Allegheny County Bar Association. On behalf of the entire division, I want to thank our wonderful Master of Ceremonies, Judge Nicola Henry Taylor, on her fantastic job this morning. We're especially thankful to Reverend Dr. Vincent K. Campbell and the Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church for continuing to make our program a memorable and special occasion, even during these difficult times. We're also extremely grateful to all of the members of the Homer S. Brown Martin Luther King Prayer Breakfast and Program Planning Committee, and the ACBA staff members who worked so diligently to make our virtual program possible.
Finally, let's welcome back Reverend Campbell to give the closing benediction.
Good morning again. Would you pause with me now for a moment as I offer words of benediction? May God bless you and keep you. May God make God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God lift up God's countenance upon you and give you peace. God bless you.
I would like to take a moment to thank everyone for joining the annual MLK Prayer Breakfast this morning. We look forward to seeing you next year and hope to gather in person. Thank you and have a wonderful day.